Good day, everyone. So today we were going to talk about the doctors who see Rizal beyond the grave, a vindication of the martyr of Bagumbayan by Ricardo, Roque, Pascual. Mura siya related ni siya sa previous nga mga reporters. So related ni siya sa kang hinampas nga report kay it's all about Dr. Jose Rizal. So wala pa ta na human sa Dr. Jose Rizal. So in this topic, naano siya chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. So, sa chapter 1 is more siya introduction sa atong topic karon. Then, in May 18, 1935, discovered in the vault of the Archbishop of Manila by Father Manuel Garcia. This document, among others, is the debated original of Dr. Rizal retraction of his anti-Catholic writings and propaganda, as well as his affiliation to Masonry. Providential vote, a very providential omission according to the Catholics, only to be brought to light in this providential hour. So in chapter 1 is all about the Jose Rizal execution, more introduction siya, and its context, this why this document matters, its political and religious application for Dr. Jose Rizal's legacy. December 29, early in the morning, Judge Dominguez went to Fort Santiago to communicate the officially to the to Rizal. Since ang church kay interested sa iyang restriction, ato pa when si Dr. Rizal na exiled sa dapitan in 1892, but most especially when in year 1895 he married with Josephine Bracken. So Dr. Rizal said to Father Dr. Rizal said to Father Balangwer that, "Look, Father, if in order to satisfy you, I would say yes on everything, and I sign all that you present to me, without feeling nor believing in it. I would be hypocrite, and I would offend God." Matugingon ni Dr. Rizal to Father. Then, ang document claim with the signature of Rizal. So, dili ingon nga ang document kay dili Mr. E.F. Lumba, the director of La Defense, that there is no contradiction in the act of the martyr, according to Mr. E.F. Lumba. Then, Mr. Chudoro Calao, the director of National Library, he pronounced the document of retraction to be authentic, minus and final, or means definite and final, as a mere opinion, not with the authority of the handwriting expert. So, next is Mr. Wigmore, the author of Wigmore on Evidence, in his introduction to Mr. Albert Oborn's book, which is a question document. So, mao siya ang all about ang chapter 1, the introduction sa document of Dr. Jose Rizal. Then, next is the chapter 2, which ang chapter 2 is naana diri ang naman to sa chapter 1, so proceed na sa chapter 2, then chapter 3. Chapter 2 is naa diri ang katong paper nga about writing, about analysis of the document sa kaninga topic. So first is Catalan paper. The document is written on a folded double sheet, which ang Catalan is measuring 32 centimeters long. and 22 centimeters wide. Color of the paper show but slight tint of yellow. Ang Catalan paper is na ay of watermark which is ang Hedyo di Jover e Serra. Mo to siya ang about mo to short mo to about ang Catalan paper katunay. And then next is the writing. So on the heavy lines in the document, the ink show black color, while the fine lines are faded and show yellow shaded. So ang writing daw sa heavy lines is the heavy lines sa kaninga sa document is ang ink mag-show og black color, while ang fine nga lines is faded na siya and mo makita nga yellow shade na ang kanang writing sa document. Then analysis of the document is kung siya, it will be turned back to the figure 1 and make a little more detailed observation. Anyone cannot fail to notice the following varieties of forms of capital letters. So ang chapter 2, ang chapter 2, I repeat na it's all about handwriting and about the paper and the analysis of the document. So this chapter focuses on a specific and forensic analysis of the retraction documents handwriting and signature. Pascual compares the document to the authenticated example of Rizal handwriting and finds significant inconsistencies in the formation of letters nanata sa chapter 2. Ang chapter So here nanata sa chapter 3. Manasa sa chapter 1 and chapter 2. So chapter 3 is nadiri ang standard of comparison, the slant, the writing habit, signature of Jose Rizal. But now we were talking about the standard of comparison. Standard of comparison is focus on analyzing Dr. Jose Rizal authentic handwriting close to December 29, 1896. There are several writings from the period serve as reliable references. Ultimo adios, likely written after December 12, 1896. To my countrymen, dated December 15, 1896. Original lost. Defensa, dated December 12, 1896, in the National Library. A letter to his defender, Luis Tavel de Andrade, dated December 25, 1896. Writings on the day of his execution of Josephine Bracken, his mother and sister Josefa, and Trinidad, found in signed books. This document, especially the Ultimo Adios Defensa and the letter of Andrade, are critical for handwritings comparison. So moto siya ang mga several writings na nakuan siya sa standard of comparison of Dr. Jose Rizal. So next, dili sa next. Standard of comparison is critics mainly question that authenticity of the Ultimo Adios handwriting, but internal and external evidence strategy support it begins Rizal's own. So deadly his due to style and origin. Other personal items and Other personal items further confirm the authenticity of these writings. The paper of the dispute document is very similar to the Rizal Depensa. Both have the same watermark, dimensions, color, and sign of aging, except the disputed document has bookworm holes. So, moto siya ang standard of comparison. Understandable naman po nga topic good. Understandable kay more siya continue ra siya sa kuan. So, Depensa was written in pencil, while the retraction was in ink, meaning comparison of handwriting style must focus so form, not line quality or pressure. So makita jud nato og makita jud nato pero wa pa man ta kita aning mga dokumenta, so dili pa makuan, pero according sa book makita daw kuno ang comparison sa depensa o sa retraction, because ang depensa is nag-use og pencil, while ang iyang retraction is use ra siya og ink. So next is ultimo adios was also in ink. Pareha ra siya sa retraction. But ang ultimo adios ultimo adios with small writing of ultimo adios is, despite its size, it's useful for comparing letter forms. Then ang depensa has a narrow left margin, while the retraction has a much wider one. Wider one siya sa depensa, which is unusual and inconsistent with Rizal's other writing. Next is Rizal typically left margin did not exceed 1/5 of the paper wide. Next is slant analysis. The average slant of the handwriting in the retraction letter. The slant analysis. The average slant of the handwriting in the retraction letter is 52.14, which is inconsistent with the slant in the Rizal's known writings, ranging from 55.66 to 63.25. Rizal's handwriting typically show a consistent slant even with natural variation. So ag retraction later nga handwriting is naa siya mga average slant mo akong gikuan katong 52.14, then ang ranging from 55.66 to 63.25. The difference in slant measurement suggests the retraction letter may have been written by someone else. Masabda naman nga malahi ra jud siya og naay mo rewrite sa retraction letter. Writing habit. We almost hapit na tamahuman. Writing habit. Jose Rizal is known for his careful and consistent handwriting, even when writing quickly. In his authentic works, each letter is formed with a natural flow and personal style. Understandable na siya. So, next is the signature of Dr. Jose Rizal legacy. So, last of the chapter 3 is the signature of Dr. Jose Rizal. We have now came to the most important phase of of our analysis, the signature of the document in question. In comparison with the three fully written and two partially written genuine signature illustrated in Figure 10, we observe the following